Hi everyone, I'm Ellen Jaffe Jones. I am a certified personal trainer, certified running coach, and I am here with some hip strengthening exercises for seniors because it's so important to keep these hips strong so we don't break them, which is like such a huge thing for us, right? So if you sit in a chair, your muscles and your joints can just atrophy and your spine confuse together, and we don't want that to happen. We want to keep going loosey-goosey and strong hips. So let's start with walking, marching, whatever that looks like for you in place, because we never want to exercise cold muscles. We always want to have a little warmth and blood flowing into all those muscles before we go to town with the regularly scheduled program. So we are going to pick up the pace now with a little faster marching. If you can, always listen to your body and respect your range of motion and whatever feedback your body is saying for you today. So if you have any pain or little tweaks, just slow it down. Don't continue with a full range of motion, whatever it looks like for you. But it's important, as so many doctors say, to keep those joints in motion. All right, now let's do this up on our tiptoes if you can. If you can't, just keep up the walking pace. It's all good. Just let all the cares and problems of the day float away. And now we are going to walk on our heels a little bit. If this hurts in any way, don't do it. But this is good for stretching out all your muscles in the backs of your legs, but especially your calves and your Achilles tendons. So, all right, now we are going to do some hip circles. That's going to look like this. You can hold on to something if you want. When you do a circle, you can land your foot on the ground, or you can keep it off the ground for even more of a challenge. Just enjoy getting your hips in motion, because we so need to keep them strong. And putting a little weight-bearing exercise onto actually this hip is what is going to help you keep the muscles strong and maybe even stop that bad boy osteoporosis. All right, let's go to the other side. And just lifting that knee as far as it wants to go, not feeling any pain or twinges, hopefully, although I just got a twinge in my knee of all things. But you never know. I've been walking around on different shoes lately. Yesterday I spent the day in flip-flops, and that can make all the difference. So you just have to be kind of consistent with what you do. And if you're not, you might have to pay for it the next day or two. As long as it doesn't persist and things go back to normal, you're all good. All right, now we're going to go back to the other side and reverse directions, coming inward with our hip rotation. So this exercise is so good because it helps both hips at the same time in different ways. So as we do the rotations, we are extending the range of motion and building muscles as we do the rotation. But because this is actually a one-legged sport right here, we're putting all our weight, for the most part, onto the other hip. And that is so helpful, using our own body weight to keep up the strength. Now we're going to change sides. So one side may be stronger and more in balance than the other, and that's okay. Most of us are pretty asymmetrical as bodies go, if you really think about it and look at it, and that's just the way humans are. So we're going to keep the rotating here going, again, building strength in different ways on both sides. And if you need to hold on for balance, totally you should do that. and just keep rotating. Now we are going to tap our toes out in front, so that's going to be like this. And again, notice we are doing one-legged exercises, kind of like running, that thing I love to do. And yes, you can do it at the age of 70, like me. It's never too late to start. In fact, some of the fastest runners I know are people who just started yesterday because they don't have decades of wear and tear on their body. But even if you do, there are ways to start. And this is one of them, by strengthening your hips. Concrete is a 100-year-old invention, not really designed for the human body. That's why it's important to have good cushioned running shoes and to build up your lower body strength to handle whatever life dishes out to you. Now we're going to tap our heels. So it's just alternating heels forwards. Your arms out to the side. And yes, if you hear squeakiness, it's my orthotics inside my shoes that do that. But my orthotics have kept me running for 41 years. And without them, I would have intense knee pain in about 10 seconds. So it's amazing what kinds of things can kind of float your boat or make you get off your boat. Next, we are going to do some marching again, but this time with super high knees. And again, staying with that one-leggedness, which really helps to put our full body weight on each side. So, and let's tap with our hands. And you're kind of crunching, but really staying mostly upright with the upper body. And in our next exercise, just giving you a heads up on this, we are going to go down to the floor for one of my favorite exercises of all time, clamshells. So we're just going to keep the motion here. All right, so maybe you have your favorite mat, your favorite rug, and down we go. And you're going to have bent knees. You can be up on your hand, down with your side, whatever feels comfortable. You're going to roll forward a little bit, and your heels are going to be together, and you're just going to open up like this. How many of you have done physical therapy? I've done it like hundreds of times. It really keeps the machine well oiled. If you get things out of whack, and we're just going to do about 10 of these. And then we're going to do some other hip openers. And now we're going to do a reverse clamshell, which is knees together and the heels out like this. And these are pretty standard physical therapy things, but how many of us think once we get out of the physical therapist's office, do we do these things? So now I'm doing it with you, and neither of us have any excuses for not doing these things, right? And it's just all so good to strengthen our hips. And these really work toward the center of our gluteus maximus, the strongest muscle in our body on a good day. But there are 3 different layers of muscles in the glute, and we just have to make sure we work all of them. And this goes right to the center, which often gets ignored. This time we're going to straighten our legs, but they're going to come a little forward, and we're going to do knee, toe, up, straight. Now, for any reason you can't do these, just modify. You can do straight leg lifts like this, or you can keep this full range of motion here, which is so helpful for the hips. Not unusual to hear popping as you do this, as long as it doesn't hurt. Hopefully nothing hurts. And to the floor and up, to the floor and up, to the floor and up. All right, if you're still with me and you can still hang in here doing this, now we're going to do scissors like this. And if this is hurting your hip doing it, you can put some cushion underneath here. Or again, just don't do it. Do the last exercise we did. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So up on your hand, down on the floor, bend your knees, bring your hips forward a little bit, and open the clamshell. Always continue nice deep breathing with this. And now we're ready for the reverse clamshells. Try not to, what I just did, let your hips fall back. Keep the hips forward. That really helps with the exercise. And the next part will be straightening your legs. And you can do straight leg raises like this, or if you want to join me in the full range of motion, doing this and getting rid of the rug fuzz. So knee to the floor, toe tap, straight up. Knee, toe, straight up and down. Knee, toe, straight up and down, using your arm for support. And 5 more. Just 1 more. And our last one, if your hip will support it, is scissors. So bringing both legs off the ground, switching them back and forth, keeping your tummy tight. And as you start to feel it right here, that is telling you it is time to quit that one. All right. So we are going to sit up with another good one here for hip openers and strong hips. This is the butterfly. You grab your feet, your toes, if you can, however far you can get with this. Some of us are just more bendy than others. Some of us can open our knees up this way. Some of us are just up here. Whatever is your flexible point, go at about 80%. Try and sit up straight. Nice inhales and exhales. You can drop your head. Whatever feels good here. And bring it back up. And slowly straighten your legs. And while we're here, we are going to have a bend over this way. And keeping your feet flexed. And over the other way, looking up at the ceiling. And back down, and then just grabbing as far as you can on your toes. And coming back up. And for our final stretch, my favorite is child's pose, which is going to look like this. So just come back on your feet, stretch out your upper shoulders. You can do it this way, or if it feels more comfortable or you want to change up, you can put your arms back like this. And this just really relaxes your hips after all that hard work that we just did. If you want to go to sleep here, you totally can. But for now, I'm going to roll over and say, I'm Ellen Jaffe Jones. I hope you enjoyed these exercises for hip strengtheners for seniors, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for joining us.